social anxiety is a fascinating thing to me because I've had a lot of people who have like depersonalization, derealization tendencies, who have severe social anxiety, and they're convinced that other people are really confident. And that one of the hardest things to explain is when you see someone that looks really, really confident, it doesn't mean they're not feeling social anxiety. It just means they found a really, really good way of convincing others they don't. They've built a confident persona. There are people who are naturally confident, that they really genuinely are relaxed in the environment, and you can feel that it comes through as more like love or something. But there's also this, we can build and design this way of interacting with people that we come across as the confident one, right? It can be a survival instinct. You can learn it through books. You can learn it through being in sales industries. There's a lot of ways to construct that. But rightly so, at some point with this process, you don't get to hold on to that anymore. You have to find a way to interact and interface with people in a more direct, honest, vulnerable way, actually more and more. Practical considerations. One part of what we often build into our personality when we learned to have a confident or a leadership persona or something is that we actually start to subtly realize we can sort of control an environment in a certain way through confidence. Let's say some people do this through comedy, like people who are really, really funny. They actually use that to control environments. If you can get people laughing, you're in control. They can't hurt you, right? So seeing that there's actually control mechanisms behind this stuff is important, whether it's just confidence, whether it's leadership or a position you have in a workplace, or whether it's you're really good at making people laugh, whatever it is, seeing that, oh, okay, there's actually a degree of control there. But the underlying belief of that is I actually have to, even if it's in a good way, control other people's experience, meaning I have to give them a good experience so that they're comfortable, so that they're happy. And there's a sort of management to that. And you may not be the only one doing it either. There's in environments, there's often multiple people doing that, and they're doing it in a sort of cohesive way where they're creating this agreed upon social environment, right? This happens in workplaces a lot. And seeing that built into doing that is this thing where you almost have an expectation of yourself that it's my job to make sure those people are comfortable. It's my job to make sure that they're this and that. But you can relinquish all of that and realize that you don't have to do anything. You just don't have any of those responsibilities. And then sometimes it comes to this place where you're a little more reticent, or a little more, sometimes almost maybe slightly withdrawn or just neutral. But then what I found is what comes forward is unconditional love. What comes forward is like, now, since you don't have to do anything, I don't have to make that person comfortable or uncomfortable. If they're feeling sad, they can feel sad. I can even feel it with them, and I don't need to change it. I can just enjoy being alive with this person, but I don't have any internal responsibility that I need to calm the environment or make them feel better or do any people pleasing or anything. And then it opens up a lot of space where, like, I can actually start seeing them more clearly. I can feel, and when you see someone truly clearly, then you feel love. It's just natural. You start to feel love for everything and everyone. And then it's simple, like the very, very simple acts can really change the whole dynamic, but not in a way where you're trying to control the dynamic, in a way where you're just being an outward flowing vessel for love, right? As Nisargadatta said, in my world, love is the only law. I don't ask for it, I give it. And that's so beautiful. It doesn't mean you have to constantly give it, because then there's going to be some control coming in. But if someone's uncomfortable, if someone in your environment's uncomfortable, anxious, etc., and many people are in social situations already, a simple thing like touching them on the shoulder can make a huge difference in a simple way. Like as you walk past, if you know the person, if you walk past them or you say hi to them, but just physical contact, sometimes it really just sends a message to someone that just says you're okay. And sometimes when people are in these environments and there's a lot of social anxiety bubbling under the surface, all they really want to do is feel okay. They don't know how to do it. Maybe they're using gossip to try to feel okay, or talk or whatever it is. But really, they just want to feel relaxed like everybody else does. And then when you see that and you can feel that and you love that person, then simple things like just enjoying them for who they are, enjoying reality at whatever level they're enjoying it at, without having to try to deepen it into some spiritual thing or anything like that. That becomes more the practice, I would say. It's a wonderful practice that no matter who I bump into, there's always that wonderful challenge of like, how can I meet them so completely, so absolutely that there's no sense of anything hanging back from it, observing this situation in any way at all. And it feels like love flowing outward, right? Is that possible in every situation? Well, let's find out. every day you're encountering situation after situation where you might find opportunities to do that.